We're good. We good.
All right. So, to start off with, you guys are down here in the border kingdoms at the capital of Waterran. And you guys kind of trudged off to the southwest a little bit towards the swampier areas. And that is where you encountered the gargoyle and the sunken ship near where the river feeds from. And so you guys now have to travel back to Waterran. But to give you kind of an overview of the world that you're in, to the north and west of you up here is the Caledonian Empire, with its capital of Caldon being at the mouth of this bay up here, which is rich and plentiful and has filtered a lot of its wealth all throughout the Caledonian Empire, and as a result, they were the strongest empire like the ancient Romans back in the day, and then they kind of fell apart, but recently they've reclaimed a lot of their old territory, and so they're kind of on a mission of conquest recently. To the northwest of them is the Kingdom of Bretonia. That is your classic English style Knights of the Round Table type of fantasy kingdom. Um, very holy knights kind of theme, uh, and it's based heavily off of the Kingdom of Breton from Warhammer. And so, Grail Knights, that kind of stuff. Um, and inside of there is where um, the Wood Elf, the Ranger, uh, comes from. He would come from Sheath Calora, which is the wild slash wood elf settlement that is the only elves left on the main continent for the last several thousand years. The elves used to rule most of the land here on this main continent. Um, However, there was an uprising after the war with the dwarves had weakened the elves already, combined with a civil war between the Dark Elves, what would become the Dark Elves, and the rest of the elves, kind of led to the downfall of the Elven Empire. And now all the true elves live on Aer Thalis, which is a island that is not only protected by a natural mountain range that creates impenetrable cliffs around their main city, except for a port that they control. It also phases in and out of the Fey Wild and to the material plane. So getting there or getting out of there is actually quite difficult. And so it's kind of like the Bermuda Triangle when you try to sail around the Elven Isle. So that pretty much covers the elves and what they, did here for like a very general sense of things. Obviously, there's a lot more to it, but for now, that's all you guys really need to know about the elves. Uh, Obviously, the elf would know a little bit more. We can go over that if you have specific questions. Uh, to the south is Eglia. That is your typical French kind of libertarian society. And because they were a little too French for the rest of their citizens. Some of them kind of took a Puritan stance, and Anglia tried to ban that religion. So they started a civil war, and together with the Carpathians, they were able to defeat Anglia and start their own little territory with Carpathia as their ally. And so now the New Anglians are founded basically on religious freedom, but because they're founded on religious freedom, that means that a lot of cultist activity has cropped up, along their less traveled roads and all of that. So uh, everybody's free to worship whatever gods they want and do whatever religious practices they want, but that's led to, some rather cult-like religions cropping up. You guys are right next to that in the border kingdoms, where basically all of the cities are their own kings. There's a couple cities that are like controlled by one more powerful king, uh, and the kingdom of Waterran kind of like controls the flow of supplies by being right on the river, which is the main route that the traders from Liverport and Alquadim would travel up this river to trade, and Waterran kind of controls that. So they are the most powerful kingdom of the border kingdoms, but that doesn't mean that they're like in charge of the rest of the country. It's just a whole section of the world where everybody just accepts that like there's seven, eight, nine different kings, and they all are only kings of this place because they aren't strong enough to be kings of anywhere else. Like all the rest of the places are better than this place because you guys are right next to Al Qadim, which is run by a bunch of merchant traders, but also there's a whole bunch of like assassins and everything else that work through the channels and funnel and launder money from all of the trade that goes on through there. And so it's basically like a huge triad mafia type of thing, but with a Middle Eastern theme to it. And the Wilds, which true to its name is literally just like a wild area full of not only the scariest animals such as dire elephants and dire lions and just all kinds of nasty naturally occurring creatures, but then it's also the home to a bunch of gnolls, and you know they bring with them all kinds of demons from like Baphomet and all of that. So it's just a really nasty, nasty demon slash naturally occurring danger filled area. And that's why the border kingdoms are like handed down to third sons and cousins and all of that, because nobody else wants to try to man them and fight off the constant attacks from you know assassins and wild creatures and gnolls, and it just really sucks to be one of the border kings. So that's where you guys are. And that kind of gives you an idea of why Callan is so like nervous about everything, because there's literally like danger at every corner when you live in the border kingdoms. So the rest of the world is kind of you know split up into the north here, which is kind of an equivalent of Vikings and Finnish people, and then you have the mountains to the north here by Jutenverld, which is where like the Goliaths and half giants and all that live. You have between you and them the Orcish warbands. And although the name implies that it's all just Orcish warbands, there's actually like human settlements and orc settlements like all throughout it, but in the deepest part of the hills and forests, it's pretty much all orcs. And orcs raid regularly along the borders and all of that. So it's kind of a blend of humans and orcs, but it's mostly like dangerous to live there and not considered protected by anything. So, it's all just designated as the Orcish warbands. You have the two main dwarven settlements left in the mountains just below that. Car Carber and Har Craig are the two main dwarven cities left. They border the Five Kingdoms, which is a Chinese equivalent like the Three Kingdoms, the Shogunate of Rokugan, which is a Japanese equivalent, the United States of Knossos, which is basically Greece, and then Eierbach, which is kind of a generic fantasy kind of kingdom without any real theme to it. Um, yeah, that's the world for you. If anybody has any questions, there are a couple islands out here, but like those are pretty inaccessible to most people, so you wouldn't know too much about them. But any questions about the world or anything before we continue with where we left off?
No.
Nope.
Nope. Sounds good. Anyone?
Oh, hold on one second. These new dynamic lighting settings, they gotta get this like fixed and soon. Okay. So like I was saying, you guys are down here in Waterran. You marched down to about here, past the river into the swampy area, and now you have to march back. There is a main road if you go to the south, but then you're heading into Al Qadim territory, and if you run across anyone, they might be a little bit curious. So the main road might not want be the road you want to take. Instead, you might want to use the road you took here, which takes you back across the river, and then you kind of follow the river back up to Waterran.
So the town we were in, the village, was Wateran?
Yes. It's a simple fishing village along the borders, and then at the place where the river splits here, they have an entire um, like bridge that is like a toll bridge, and so all of the shipping that goes either which way goes through Waterran, and they can stop you and like confiscate all of your goods. They can do whatever they want. So everybody just pays whatever price it takes to get goods shipped up the river. And so Waterran has become pretty powerful for being one of the border kingdoms that is right on the border of the wilds. But by controlling all of the trade, going through there, they're able to, be like, haha, fuck you.
I like the way you describe politics and diplomacy. It's good.
Yeah. I don't want to get all like Star Wars prequels to where it's all politics, but it's good to have, some reasonable logical explanations for why things are the way they are.
Would we be able to remove the treasure from the chest and carry it if we divide it up?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not, you know, bagged up and easily transportable is what I was getting at, but it's definitely capable of being taken out of the chest and split up amongst you.
What if we use the chest as decoy and we are carrying the treasure and we somehow put a bunch of crap in the chest?
Good heads of our enemies, like those spies in a gargoyle.
There you go.
Okay, but again, bear in mind this is an entire treasure chest full of stuff. So we're talking about, I mean, I'd say 150, 200 pounds, worth of stuff here in total. So you're right that by splitting it up amongst the six of you, it does, lessen the load, but it still might be too much, especially for like young Callan.
Got it. Okay.
Unless one of you took like more of it, but again, that might, cause problems too. Also, I think that running with a backpack full of coins sounds like horrible.
No, it's like an extra backpack. Loot backpack. I got a special backpack just for loot.
Yeah, this is my duffel bag where I keep my 40 pounds worth of silver and
So you're saying we can't just find an ATM and just do it like a quick deposit or something?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to do that thing where you take a photo of it and you can deposit it that way.
That kind of is a concern. I get that, but what else are we gonna do? We can't go buy a cart or something and.
Could bury it.
Is there any treasure in here other than gold, or like, is there any gems or anything? Or is it all gold?
No, yeah, there's a bunch of like different stuff. That's why it weighs so much, because not all of it is just gold pieces. There's copper pieces, silver pieces, there's pieces of stuff that is like part, bronze or silver or whatever. Like it's worth like half amounts and stuff like that. They have all different kinds of coins, as well as things that are valuable, but it's hard to put an exact price on them. Like, how much is the silver goblet in there really worth? Is it just worth its weight in silver, or is it worth more than that because it's artistic or whatever? But of course, the silver goblet weighs like, a pound, 2 pounds. I'm not exactly sure how much it would weigh, but like, I'm sure it's not like super lightweight thinking of a metal goblet. So, there's all kinds of stuff in the chest to split up.
Well, what if we were to take it just a little bit north to where the river is and then just try and find a little boat that we could buy or something?
Hamish no like water.
Yeah, you guys are at an ancient part where before water ran kind of dammed up the river and sent it more this way. This place used to flood consistently, and there was a ship that had fallen through and sunk, and Callan's father supposedly had the map that led him to where that was.
I say we try and push through somehow anyway, take it back, the whole thing. Yeah, so a couple of fights. Korg dies, we go on.
Korg dies again.
You guys could take a handful of some of the money and leave Callan here to guard it while you go buy a cart.
But how can we push a cart through? How are we going to push a cart through a swamp?
Oh, I meant like a whole wagon with a ox to pull it.
Or maybe as we take it back to civilization, we can have Timbo run point and just spot anybody before they come across us, and he can double back, let us know we're going to encounter somebody on the road.
There's going to be somebody with an arrow sticking out of them to your left up ahead.
I still don't have the screen on Roll20. I'm stuck in. Should I try to reload it?
Yeah, is it just saying loading or something?
Yeah, it's giving me like. Yeah.
Yeah, reload that.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we go at least get a bit of the way, maybe we can, like you were saying, even I could, Timbo could try and look for somebody who's got a cart and try and buy it from them.
Or kill them for it.
I'm sure
Yeah.
could manage with Org and somebody else who's stronger than I am in this group.
Well, like if Abelius and Timbo go up on ahead, that's two of us, and leaves you guys, the two of you, or three of you actually, to guard the chest, so you guys are pretty protected, hopefully, if you're staying.
Works for whatever you guys want to do. It works for me.
That works.
What, Korg has nothing to contribute to this conversation?
Korg just following orders at this point. I'm listening. I mean, I hate to divide ever in Dungeons and Dragons, right? But what I'm confused about is we walked in here, it was swamp. How are we even going to get a cart near where we were at when we were walking in?
Well, you can get it.
Right.
You can get it to just before the swamp so that you don't have to, carry it all the way back after you get out of the swamp. But, I mean, you guys could just try to carry the chest too, or you could try to split it up and, one of you can carry a big bag full of it or something. I don't know. I am not here to give you answers. I am here to give you questions.
Ah.
Well, I'm fine if we want to stick together and just move slowly. That's fine too.
If we have to drop the chest, it's going to sink into the muck. But I'm assuming it didn't take us that long to get from the land to, we were pretty quickly in the swamp. I'm thinking that.
A day, right?
Yep. I would think that we could walk it out. Unless those spies were an advanced party, with to fight our way out.
Yeah, I got the feeling that they were scouts. So, yeah, Helios and Timbo can maybe take 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock on point and go forward, see if they see anybody, and as soon as they make contact or see somebody, come back to the main group, and they're slogging it through the swamp and getting it the hell out of here.
Do we need to do a short rest to replenish our spells from our spellcaster. Replenish some hit
Any
points.
benefits? I don't think anybody benefits from a short rest, except for I think it's long rest.
I do, but I don't need it.
My hit points might. I can't remember what my hit points were at the end of the thing, but
I think you were down to half.
So we should absolutely take a long rest.
So yeah, if you guys want to take a short rest, then you can spend your hit dice. So you would roll the d10 plus, nope, just a d10. Uh, and you already used your second wind, but you'd get that back after your short rest.
I didn't use my second one.
What? I thought you did.
Nope. I used a healing potion.
Oh, that's right, your healing potion instead. So yeah, you already still have your second wind. So you actually technically could just use your second wind, which would give you a D10 plus your Constitution modifier back right now, and then you don't even have to take a short rest.
Does Hamish have any cantrips?
Not that he could
No.
use to heal.
Yeah, no healing cantrips. He just has healing word saved or prepared as his first level spell for healing.
And he used one of his spells.
Blew through two of his spells, didn't he?
Oh, maybe he did.
Yeah, I think he did.
I'm thinking that we probably have to take a short rest.
Yeah, then he only has Thunder Wave left, but he doesn't regain his spells from a short rest.
Yeah, like nobody benefits from a short rest. Even my luck point won't come back until I have a long rest.
Maybe we do a long rest.
If we're gonna rest at all, it's a long rest.
If you long rest, that's 8 hours.
Has his spells back. That's what I think. But we're going to be debating this mode of transport and actions time here.
Yeah, I say long rest.
I was also wondering, don't we level up at this point? We go through after the fight, or I'm not sure how that works.
After you guys get back to the town, that's the completion of the first quest, which levels you up.
Okay, fair enough. I'm fine with the long rest. We can risk it.
Yeah, I mean, if we shoot our wad on him and burning Korg's instant boost, and he won't have it during a fight. If we burn it now, he won't have it during a fight. I mean, the upside of resting now is that everybody's recharged. I don't know.
And Hamish or cleric gets 2 spells back. That's pretty much the whole reason.
I mean, we almost, one or two of us almost got killed. One of us, anyway. Well, just first level. I mean, stuff may stack up against us, but it's going to probably stack up against us anyway. That's an advanced party. Right? That's what I'm thinking.
Mm.
I'd rather be full strength if we're going to, somebody's going to come upon us.
Well, Korg needs to get some hit points back one way or another. I mean, if you're not gonna use the second wind, then he should definitely take at least a short rest to spend his hit dice.
Right.
What about that? That's kind of a compromise. Short rest, so we're gonna be traveling at night. I mean, what time of day is it?
It is getting later into the afternoon now.
All right, well, let's do something and roll with it. What do you guys want to do?
I vote long rest.
I spoke my.
Okay.
Sorry, say that again.
Long rest is okay with me.
I was gonna say long rest just to get us through till maybe daybreak when we leave too.
I'll go long rest.
All right, long rest it is.
All right, we'll need to set some sort of guard rotation, like each take a 2-hour watch.
Makes sense.
Because I think you can take, if we're playing the traditional D&D rules, you need 8 hours of rest, but 2 hours can be like guard duty or light things.
Yeah, you just need to sleep for 6 hours or meditate for 4 hours if you're an elf.
Yeah, so I can take the first shift, seeing as I can do the meditate afterwards.
So Dells will take the first watch. Hamish can take the second. Who wants third and fourth?
Hey, what are you guys doing? Why are you getting your bedrolls out? What are you talking about? Guard duty. We got to get this treasure chest back to the town.
Were you guys hearing me all this time?
Well, you're a little hard to hear. Are you like 10 feet away from your mic?
He's using a 10-foot pole to push to talk.
That's what it is.
Something like that. No, I was trying to say that I could take the first watch, seeing as I got the elf. I can meditate afterwards.
Okay. I'll take second, and Hamish can take third.
Well, the thing is because Timbo only has to... He can actually take the first 2 watches.
True. Okay, we'll do it that way.
Sounds good.
So then you only need someone for third and fourth.
Just put Korg fourth because he needs some rest to get his hit points back.
Because nobody wakes Korg up before he's had his 6 hours of sleep.
Beauty sleep.
All right, I'll take third.
All
Let's
right.
do Korg.
So again, Callan says, "Well, what are you guys doing? You guys can't camp here. We gotta get going."
Callan. We're gonna be spending the night here, little guy. So get comfortable.
Yeah, Callan, I know it's kind of hard for you to see in the back.
I'll
but
give
we
you
all
10%
got really
more.
beat up. Ooh. I'll risk it if you guys want to.
Oh, I've got another healing potion. I could take it.
To your second wind, and then. Okay, well, if it's that important to you, Callan.
Yeah. Very important that we get this back as soon as possible.
Interesting.
What aren't you telling us, Callan?
I just told you we got to get this back. Didn't you
Mhm.
see those guys who were like spying on us? Like, obviously something's up. Like, you guys are the ones who are all suspicious of me, but like, I think that like maybe you guys hired those guys to rob us to make it seem like, you know, but then you killed them so brutally that like maybe you didn't. But either way, like, I don't think sticking around here is the best idea.
You were pretty shady about why those guys were here in the first place, and then you were pretty uh, alarmed about them having to die. Like you're kind of all over here, place, Calvin.
You're sketchy.
Yeah, I sure the
You
fuck am.
you guys are the ones hanging out with a teenage boy, like trying to bilk him out of his money. Like,
Kind of like this
This is the
Calvin.
Middle Ages. Everybody hangs out with teenage boys.
Yeah, especially we're close to the whole Arabic land.
I mean, shouldn't you guys be
You
like
can't find a goat.
feeling bad for me? I'm all orphaned and everything.
And we kind of expended some of our resources killing the slayer of your father. So we were going to rest a little bit before we maybe encounter more people that are after your treasure. That's what
Oh,
we were thinking.
oh man.
Experience.
Let me
Go
make
ahead
sure.
with your adolescent.
Let me make sure I compose an epic poem about the brave adventurers who fought and had to take a nap.
I hand
Sounds
him a
like
pen
you're
and a paper.
doing everything in your power to like lead us into an ambush. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm leading you into an ambush.
I knew it. I knew it.
And then all of a sudden he like seems to catch himself and he's like, I mean, gosh, why would you think I'd do that?
Tell him how to spell my name when he's writing his poem.
I'm just gonna jump over to. Can you guys hear me better?
A little.
Really faint.
That's really weird. Okay, I'm just gonna try and jump over to my computer's Discord. It'll just take me 2 seconds.
Okay. So yeah, Callan's back to being all like, "Oh God, gee, gosh, golly, millikers, why don't we just go ahead and get this treasure chest back home as quickly as possible, guys?"
Yeah, I'm gonna want to roll an insight check here. I think he's full of shit.
Something's not right.
Oh, there you go. All right, insight check on Kalen's weird growing weirdness.
Yeah. So
God damn it.
you ever watch Community or oh, what's another good example?
Great show.
Yeah, Community is like the best example. Like it's like Abed, you know, like you can't really tell why he's behaving so erratically today as opposed to like yesterday. You know, not that you've known Kalen all that long or anything, but like yeah, he seems like an odd fellow, possibly very into trains.
Possibly possessed by a demon.
Could be. This could be evil Kalen. Check and see if he has a goatee.
If it was Warhammer RPG, definitely possessed by a demon.
Hmm. Well, it's true that if we give
Korg,
him
you're the one
time,
that's hurt. So, what do you want to do?
I'll take a healing potion and let's get the hell out of here. If we give them more time, they have more time to get organized. If we're moving fast and we get out of here,
How many did you buy?
2 and I already burned one of them.
Oh,
Just do your short. We can just do a short rest, and then you can get a D10 worth of hit points.
All right, let's do that.
so click on your token, and then it'll say spend hit dice.
No, alrighty then. Spin hit dice. Oops, sorry. All right, clicked it.
So there you go. That fills you up perfectly. So now the whole time that you guys are resting, Kalen is just like having a fit. He's like, "No, come on, we gotta go." And when he realizes that there's no way he's gonna get the big man to get up and leave, he just kind of pouts and stomps off.
Interesting.
Should one of us go follow him?
No, he's just over in the corner, like he's, you know, if if
Oh, okay. I see.
if you come over and follow him, he's gonna be like, "I'm trying to take a pee, God."
Are you guys hearing me now?
Yes.
There we go.
All right. I gotta figure out push to talk, but other than that, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay, my icon is still showing 5 and 13.
Did you type +8 in?
No, I did not.
Yeah, you gotta type +8 in the red circle and then enter.
All right, he's good. We good. We good.
Yep. So now, it's been an hour. Korg has rested and recovered his breath, and Kalen is like, "Oh, are you sure you wouldn't like a nice hot cup of tea? If you give me another couple hours, I can make you a nice sweetened bread loaf to go with that."
No, I'm good. I've got my own bread loaf.
We'll take you up on that later.
Yeah, don't choke on it.
I'm ready to roll.
All right.
All right, but I like your plan that you guys had earlier of 2 people lead, and then the rest of us carry the trip.
Actually, you know what? While Kalen's displaying his teen angst, I'm gonna go scout out in stealth the entrance and see if there's something going on.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
I'll nod at Timbo and see if he picks up what is going on, and if he doesn't, I'm just...
Yeah, I'm here now. Can you guys hear me? I heard that.
Yeah, so Timbo, go ahead and roll for insight to see if you can pick up what he's trying to convey to you.
Okay, just a second. Rolling insight.
Yeah, so he's kind of giving you like a nod with like his eyebrows like raised and like looking a specific way at you, trying to convey something to you. And you're pretty sure that once again someone has confused you for a female elf.
Typical dwarf.
I will go back. I will double back and scout out the entrance.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll for perception.
Damn it! You know what? I'm not gonna use luck point.
You sure? All right. So you look out and listen, and all you hear is the sounds of the swamp and the croaking of the frogs.
Okay. Well, I'll use an action to hide. I will hide. Yeah, until the rest of the party is realized and going.
All right, so roll for stealth just in case anything might be seeing you. All right. So you are kind of crouched down behind some overgrown fern bushes and are somewhat hidden. Kalen looks at Korg and says, You gonna help carry this, or do you need another nap?
No, I'm good. I think I can carry it all by myself. All by myself.
Can you really? It's like 200 pounds.
It's cord, man. Well, who wants to help me carry it?
Who's got the next most strength?
The dwarf, probably.
Checking.
Timbo's got 12.
Dwarf strength of 13.
So effectively the same.
I think it's the dwarf. What about the armor and the sword? Does that can we include that in our?
I thought we gave that to Kalen.
Yeah, he can't carry all that.
Oh, okay. That can be on the loot backpack if somebody wants to carry that. They can just put that shit in the backpack. Put the sword in the pole slot.
Yeah, I think so.
13, 12, it is still pretty strong. That's stronger than the
An
average.
average, yeah. Yeah, it's stronger than average,
It's like
absolutely.
13 is probably one of the strongest people in your high school, and 18, shit's 200 pounds.
Well, with a good meal.
Mm-hmm.
What about these white encumbrance things on the sheet? Do we need to look at that at all?
That'll tell you how much you can carry before you're encumbered. But the thing is Korg is basically strong enough to carry this by himself, even if it encumbers him. But it's so awkward to carry the chest that he needs somebody to grab the other handle. But all you're going to be rolling for is an aid another, whoever is going to be helping him. So all you have to do is make a difficulty class 10 to give him advantage to be able to carry it without taking a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, the dwarf can do that.
Okay.
Korg, you find it very awkward to try and carry the chest with Hamish, and you are both constantly arguing about who needs to lift it or lower it.
Do you guys want to maybe just take some timber from the ship and make a litter? Make some take some timbers and you can carry it like a palanquin.
We need a 10-foot pole.
Taller needs to get on the other side of this thing. I think is the.
Well, Timbo can do it. He's 12 strength. That's still not that bad.
Okay.
The dwarf says, "Get the elf over here and put him to work."
That makes sense. Let's do that. Let's supplant.
And he just kind of drops his end and lets you just hold it.
That wasn't very nice.
He's a dwarf. He's cranky.
And you kick some dirt on the handle.
Yeah.
Probably still smells better than dwarf.
Yeah, like he got ejected from the baseball game. He just starts kicking dirt all over the plate. Take that. Now you have to take 3 minutes to sweep it off, jerks. So,
All right, so now,
go ahead, Tim. We'll roll a unskilled strength check. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that does it.
Yeah, so the elf just like flexes all over and lifts it easily. Korg, all you have to do is roll above a 15 with a advantage because Timbo is just muscling the shit out of that.
So I'll click on the D20.
Yeah, and then it'll ask you normal or advantage or disadvantage, and you click on advantage.
Is that off of my icon or is that off of?
No, that's off of the character sheet.
Oh.
You have to go to the skills section.
Yeah. And the skill is.
Unskilled strength.
And it's with advantage, right?
Yep.
Okay, I've got says use default 1d20.
No, it's on your
Doesn't-
skills. Just scroll down and you'll see unskilled strength check, unskilled dexterity check, unskilled constitution check.
Okay. Shit, it's not let me do it. I've clicked on it several times.
You're all flustered at the thought of Timbo being muscled.
I'm clicking on unskilled strength check.
Click on the
I'm sorry.
Adrian icon.
I got it.
Yeah.
I'll roll.
All right.
Yeah,
So you easily grab the other end, and with Timbo's help, together you guys carry it through the swamps without getting tired.
Nice.
Okay, so now you guys come to a part of the path where there is an old ancient stone bridge going over the river, or you can try and ford the river, swim it, whatever, you know. But it's getting dark, and the sun is going down rapidly.
Also, bridge.
What's that?
Felix will check out the bridge.
Okay, go ahead and go take a look at the bridge. It's up to the north.
Can Timbo go with him just to do a quick perception check as well?
Whoever wants to. Hamish has stone cunning.
He'll go.
So Abilius sees a roughly 15-foot wide by 70 feet long bridge. 80, 70, 80, somewhere in that range.
Mhm.
Ooh, 100.
100, yeah.
I wasn't
What's
sure if it was
stone
quite that.
cunning?
Stone cunning means that he can like tell things about stone just by the way that they're made. He can tell who made them, how long ago they were made, how structurally integral, how their structural integrity is, you know, stuff like that.
Can I do that? Or do I have to roll?
Yeah, so you roll a perception, I believe, and that'll tell you what you can perceive about the stone, but you get advantage because of your stone cunning. Yeah, so you can tell instantly by looking at this that this was early human uh, bridge stonework that they had copied from the dwarves who they had aided in the war against the elves. And so the dwarves had helped them out with some architectural insights and everything. But obviously, they're not dwarves. So the bridge, now that it's like 1,000 years old, is starting to like crumble badly.
Hamish will scoff and say, "Ha! 'Tis just a cheap copy."
Yeah, that's exactly what he says.
He didn't say that whole history, did he? Because if he did,
No,
I'm gonna have.
no. I was just providing like what he was seeing, even though like his player isn't here. It's just kind of like instinct when you're the DM to just describe that stuff.
Can Timbo maybe just head across the bridge just to see if what he can scout out on the other side?
Yeah, you can try to. I I have to say, normally I wouldn't say this in the middle of a game, in the middle of a live stream, but I have to say that is one character that just might end up needing to get a name change to be in like the DM witness protection program. Just because every time I hear Timbo, all I can think of is Tim Tebow.
I guess that's a commercial or something.
What? No, it was the quarterback for the Denver Broncos, and I really dislike the Denver Broncos.
We're Canadians. We have real football up here.
Yeah, we don't need 4 downs to do something that you guys need
What
to.
the fuck is that, eh? Jesus. We stand for our anthem.
I did mention that I'm from Wisconsin, right? So I don't know where you're from that you're saying real football, but 13 championships were the home of real football.
Boo! You can't count world championships. Super Bowls are nothing.
Oh,
BS.
you can't. Oh, all the stuff that you guys won doesn't count. How convenient.
Wisconsin doesn't even
Yeah,
have good.
when there were 8 teams in the league.
Besides, real football is like Chelsea and Liverpool and Arsenal.
Okay. Rocks fall, everyone dies. Good campaign, guys. So, anyway, Timbo, go ahead and roll a dexterity or acrobatics check to try and nimbly, like an elf, step across the stones lightly, almost like Legolas doing his Mario impression, jumping off the steps as they fall.
So, just because I'm not sure, would it be an unskilled dexterity check or the
No,
acrobatic?
you can do acrobatics, yeah. You can do like cartwheels and yeah. So whenever you feel a stone wiggle or shift a little, you nimbly like step to the next one, making sure that you land as gracefully as a leaf upon the ground floating in a elven wood, and you step lightly across until you reach the other side.
Okay, I don't know if I should do a perception check to make sure the other side's safe to wave you guys across.
Yeah, you can try and perceive. Yeah, so listening with your elven ears, you can hear a slight, almost like heavy panting.
Sort of like Korg when he calls me.
Yeah. It also kind of reminds you of the look in Hamish's eye when he was trying to signal to you.
All right. Well, do you think can Korg bring stuff across with the other guys, or am I gonna have to go back to help him across with the chest?
Well, I mean, what context are you talking about for that? Like, do you think
Well,
Korg can carry it? Yes. Do you think the bridge will support them?
Doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I know it's the classic, DM trap of do you say something and give the players a clue which might just blow everything wide open, or do you not say anything and then be like, "Oh, well, you should have expected there to be a chance that the bridge could just crumble." And it's like you gave us no context to think that whatsoever. Yeah.
So do you think the bridge would crumble based on him crossing it and what he?
Well,
Aye,
he
laddie.
he felt a couple stones shift, and Hamish can tell that this bridge has seen its best years like 100 years ago. So it's in pretty serious disrepair. As far as like, will it just crumble? Like, none of them is psychic, so they can't say exactly how much it has left. The dwarf Hamish will say, "She's got a few crossings left, but how much weight she can bear, I canna say."
I don't trust her any more than the Minneapolis police.
Oh,
How deep is the water in this river?
Good question.
I don't know. You could use your dwarven water depth detector. All it is a dwarf on a rope. You just lower him down, and then however high he can hold his hand until it goes underwater.
Hamish does not consent.
Well, I'll go over and is it a swift running river or is it
It is pretty fast running right here, yes. The water is rushing past underneath, making a splashing sound as it crashes against some of the rocks, off the shore.
Well, let's just go for it.
That sounded like he wants to just like have a mad dash across it, like every dwarf for themselves, or Korg, yeah, everybody for themselves. You're carrying the whole chest right now too, so like.
Well, Timbo could go back and help him to sort of spread out the weight a bit. Not to mention that Timbo at least would have a better sense of where it's safer to now that he's crossed it once.
Yes.
Or since Timbo is one of the lightest amongst you, you could see if Timbo could like drag it across the bridge first and then run off with the money quick before you guys can make it across.
He's not going to make it very far running with a fully laden swallow.
Unless the bridge collapses.
Hamish will decide to cross because he can't carry the chest.
Well, Timbo could drag it. Korg could walk in front, and that way Korg's at least closer to his combined weight. And if Korg goes down, then Timbo just waits.
That sounds good. Kinda.
Oh gosh, you guys, I mean, the bridge has been standing for, hundreds of years. I'm sure it'll support our weight.
Dylan, can you swim?
Well, that's a weird question to ask.
Throw him in the water.
you're like, finally, we're out of there. I'm gonna drown this kid as soon as possible.
Okay, what is it across the bridge?
Wanna get water?
Athletics?
To get across the bridge, well, I only had Timbo roll because I'm trying to kill his character. No, I had Timbo roll because he is a elf who is trying to step lightly across it. You guys can just walk across
Ah.
it. There's no roll required to cross the bridge. It's 15 feet across, and it still has some of its side supports even. So like, it's not like you're getting vertigo or anything unless your character specifically has a problem with that.
Just dawned on me. Did anyone check under the bridge for trolls?
Well, we did search this bridge with perception checks. So, it wasn't specific though.
Well, we did hear breathing, right?
Yes.
Did you share that with the group?
I'm sharing it now.
I like how he's like, okay, everybody come across. Oh, by the way, did hear some breathing. Just a quick FY for your eye.
Damn trolls. Does the dwarf have any kind of sense of
No.
Decency or manners? No, not really.
He has no sense. He can look under the bridge. That's about all he can do.
Do you want him to look under the bridge?
He's gonna call for Delos to come help him real quick before he does. Then he'll go and look under the bridge.
I've lost the map, by the way. Is that everybody?
Oh, hold on.
I still have it.
Let me double check. Is this Abilius? Who doesn't
It's
have?
your favorite footballer.
Oh, where'd you go? Did you delete yourself?
I'm still showing on the the character sheet.
Oh, I don't see you on the map. Hold on, let me.
Nope, I'm there now.
Yeah, somehow your token got deleted.
That's what happens when you don't know how to play the World Cup soccer.
I know how to play it. You run around on a field for 6 hours and then somebody wins 1-0. What an exciting competitive match that was.
Sounds like your wedding.
All right. So, you guys are looking under the bridge now?
Yeah, Hamish is gonna check under the bridge.
All right. So, as you go to look under the bridge, suddenly you roll for initiative.
Mm. Everybody rolls?
Yeah, everybody rolls.
Okay, sorry, I just gotta quickly run and give the puppy some water. I'll be back in 10 seconds.
No problem.
bastard.
Is that a tree or a bush that's like in front of the beast?
That is a huge bush. It's as tall as a
Okay.
small tree.
So like 1970s porn level bush.
Yeah. Almost. Not quite that thick.
They could only be so lucky. This is a problem.
What is?
We're divided.
Oh, I thought it was the initiative tracker giving Kalen away.
Where is Caitlin on these?
Sorry, I'm
back.
I sent you a private message on, but you probably didn't see it on the Discord server. That I'm keeping an eye on that little weasel. But, okay.
Okay, Timbo's back. Sorry.
No problem. It's your turn. Oh, no, I haven't gotten that message yet. Hold on.
Oh, that's okay. I just didn't know how to do it on Roll20.
I should be able to hit that far with the longbow, shouldn't I?
Well, the bridge and the bush is in the way, so you really can't see it.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to take my
Oh,
turn
there.
to move.
Oh, yeah, I
next.
see that. Keep an eye on Kalen. If he leaves, I follow. Gotcha, yeah. So, yeah,
That's okay.
sorry, I was just reading that message quick. If you run up ahead, you can like make it to the end of the bridge basically, but you still won't have a clear line of sight on him. But you're not going to get an attack off either way. So,
Okay, well at least I'll do that. So at least I'm in the fight next time.
yeah. So you can move what, 35 feet, so 70?
You can see that so about there, eh?
Boom.
I'm ending turn.
All right, so Kalen is like, "What's going on? Why'd you run ahead?"
What a douche.
Who's he talking to?
Timbo. Timbo just all of a sudden ran ahead.
Oh.
There's a monster up here.
A monster at the end of this book. Please do not turn any more pages.
Well,
Kalen armed? What does he have for armaments?
Kalen? He has a shield and a longsword that's almost as tall as him, and a mop haircut.
Yeah. I didn't mean to.
Beetle.
Yeah, he's just the most adorable little urchin you ever saw.
He's 5 seconds away from getting the business end of this rapier.
4, 3, 2.
Yeah, yeah. Dragon Ball Z abridged. And now I am going to start suppressing that memory. Suppressing in 10, 9.
Well, Abelius can, I guess, guard the loot, and I can go across. It's my turn, man.
Sounds like Abilius would prefer that you just grab a hold of Kalen so he can run him through.
Abelius, why don't you guard the loot, and I'll go across.
Another one of the DM curses. The more innocent you describe someone as, the more the PCs are sure they need to die.
So I can't attack this guy if I go halfway across the bridge. I think that's all I can do.
What if he was to try and drag the chest with him?
Well, I assumed he was putting it down if he was talking about getting halfway across the bridge, because, yeah, he's encumbered now, so he can only move half speed.
Let's put it down, Quark. I got it.
I'm going across, so halfway across this thing is probably about there. Maybe there. You said it was 70.
No, it's 70 for Timbo, so you'd be 60, so you'd be like 10 feet behind. But you were also a little bit behind him too, so like here.
All right, so I'm there. What do I got to roll? Anything?
Nope, you're a full-grown man. You can just walk across a bridge without like needing to roll for it most of the time.
Well, that's my station.
Don't forget to end your turn if that's the end of your turn.
I don't guess I can attack.
No, not really. Everything's in your way.
Okay, I don't think Hamish has long enough legs to make it to the beast, so
He can make that.
he's going to use the dodge action.
Good choice. Now I have disadvantage if I try to attack you.
He's trying to buy some time. Oh, and he's going to scream for help. Laddies! There'll be a beast ahead. Help out Hamish.
Oh, that was way better than what I was picturing. I figured he was screaming for help. Ah, somebody help me!
The
Help
wizard
me.
can do that.
Help me.
And then don't forget to end your turn.
Which I did.
Excellent. And then the Displacer Beast.
Displaces.
Oh, it's already been displacing. I just wanted to make sure I remembered how much reach it had. Yeah, it's already in tentacle range, so it's just going to whip its tentacles at Hamish.
I hate it when that happens.
Are we allowed to look at the monster manual while we're doing this, or is that cheating?
I personally don't care. Like, some players don't like it. Some DMs are real strict about it, but I couldn't really care less. Like, go ahead, study up. Ooh, its first attack is a critical failure as it attempts to oh, and it would have rolled a 19 if it wasn't disadvantaged. Boo. As it attempts to whip at Hamish, but its second attack is a hit as he deals 9 bludgeoning damage to Hamish.
Not good. Yeah, so that's what Barry gets for not being here.
I'm trying to find where his hit points are.
Oh, you just click on the token and then the red circle above it, you click on that. -9, enter. Done and done. Perfect.
I just want to note that I can't actually see his like red bar. I see everybody else's, but not Hamish.
Let me check real quick. Yeah, he has a weird thing. I'm fixing that right now. There we go.
Still glad I dodged.
Oh, yeah. 2 hits would have been no bueno. Bilious?
How's Keelan reacting to this development?
Well, he's not sure exactly why everybody ran forward, but then he heard Hamish and heard the beast attacking him and Hamish, battling him, and he like draws his sword and readies his shield.
Does he move or he just stands there?
Well,
He already had his turn.
yeah, he didn't really ready in action. He was just like, "What's going on, you guys?"
All right. Well, I take my hand crossbow loaded up. I'm gonna keep an eye. I'm gonna keep a watch on Keelan and whenever Cord dropped that chest. And that's you know what? That's pretty much it. I'll ready an attack in case anything pops into my field of
Okay. If
attack.
if any creature other than one of your allies pops up on the bridge, you're going to ready an action to shoot them.
Okay. I have a very liberal definition of allies.
Okay, let me measure this.
You got some nukes there, Delos.
I have no idea if I can make this beast fall asleep, but maybe I should try sleep on him.
What you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt sleep.
All right, so that you'll just click on your character sheet and go to the spell book and click on the cast spell button under sleep. Uh-oh.
Did I do it right?
1 second.
Do I have to select a beast?
No, just hold on 1 second. I'm just getting it set up for you. Okay, now you can cast it. Okay. So you see your magic, even though it's not visible to anyone else, you can like see your own magical spells like when they start to take effect on somebody. And you see the magical dust fall over the creature's head, and the displacer beast kind of blinks heavy for a second and then shakes its head and looks at you.
Damn it. Crappy rolling. The wizard will also scream for help.
Okay, I'm just gonna measure exactly how far I need to move here. If I were to move to that first pillar at the end of the bridge there, would I be able to shoot? That looks like it's only Hamish between me and the thing.
You would be able to shoot, but because Hamish is engaged in melee with the displacer beast, technically, with everything else being in the way, basically, if you miss badly, there is a chance that you could hit Hamish.
All right, well, I think that's still worth the effort just to start hitting this thing a bit. So I'm going to try and make that. So 35 feet is what I can move, correct?
Correct.
Doesn't look too good.
Does a displacer beast have some sort of like hard to hit feature? I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, all attacks against it are meant to be at disadvantage. But you rolled a 1, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Do you have lucky? Who's the lucky guy?
Okay, so
I'm the lucky guy, not him.
unfortunately, I rolled 3 short of what I needed to roll in order for you to hit Hamish. So Hamish does not take an arrow in the back and fall unconscious.
Hey laddie, watch your aim.
My turn.
Undo there, he just fucked.
He dashed up ahead with his shield held high and his sword in his hand, almost dragging on the ground as he rushes forward.
Can I make it to him from here to here?
Nope.
Oh, God. And I can't see him. To
You can
throw
see
something at him.
something fighting with Hamish up ahead.
Well, at least I can make it here to engage him.
No. Because the bridge is in your way.
Can't come here, jump here to come here.
Here, let me take a look.
You could maybe do the same thing, just kind of get in his way and then use the dodge action. Or ready in
If you
action.
make a jump action as part of that, you can get to there. So athletics.
All right. We'll do that. Normal.
Yep. All right, so you run over the bridge, tuck your shield tight against your shoulder, and roll across this rock as you slide into position behind Hamish, kind of like the old school cop shows where they slide across the hood of a Trans Am. You just roll across the boulder and come up into your fighting stance, ready to attack.
Beautiful.
But that is the end of your turn, so I guess not really ready to attack.
Let's get the hell out of here.
If you don't
Hamish
if you
will
don't
strategically
okay, I was gonna say if you don't
retreat.
disengage, yeah, he'll. But you are on top of it, so good.
Yeah, he will strategically retreat, disengage.
So you still get your full movement when you disengage. You just can't take any other actions. Unless they're a bonus action.
Okay, he's good.
The Displacer Beast is mad that you strategically disengaged, so he's going to unleash all of that fury on Korg as he steps forward and attempts to lash him with a tentacle.
Bastard.
Ooh, striking you for 7 damage.
Mm.
Titus Pulo may be a hero of the 13th Legion, but look at him now. Come on, we should probably help our friends. Come on, Abilius, let's go.
I don't want to shoot that kid.
Oh, yeah, let me do a soliloquy too. Note to self, kill that kid.
See, can I, you know what, I'm just gonna go as far as I can. Can I, that distance mapping thing?
Okay, so when you left click and hold onto your token like you're about to drag it somewhere, then keep holding it down and right click and then move forward and it'll show you just like with the ruler but from where you were. And then if you right click again, it'll put like a node so that you can like change direction or show where your first 30 feet ends, etc.
Nice, okay. What's the max I can move? Like, can I do a double dash or something?
No, you can only dash, so that would be 60 feet.
Now, to end that, can I end up like? Would I gain any vantage point if I ended up on the wall here? Like, could I jump up onto the wall?
Yeah, you can roll acrobatics or athletics to jump up on the wall, but the wall is still broken and crumbling right here, so it would take a dexterity check to be able to continue to run along it. So you might want to wait until you're further along and then jump off of the pillar or something.
Well, what I wanted to do is jump up on the wall. What's the max range with my crossbow?
Okay, so you can kind of see him, but it'd be really hard to shoot through that bush.
Oh, old enough to still appreciate a little bit of bush. It's okay.
Yeah, all right. Well, if you're okay with attacking through the bush, then you are within range. I think it's 80 320 or no, that's a longbow. The crossbow is
And crossbow.
30 120. Either way, still within range. Long range, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You can only roll at disadvantage, which you're getting. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to let you know you're getting disadvantage either way, and you can't attack this turn because you dashed.
I did double move. Got it. Disregard. Beautiful roll.
Yeah, it would have been at disadvantage though anyway, so you would have had to have rolled again. So if that's your turn, you can go ahead and end turn.
Okay, we're gonna try an attack. And another scream for good measure.
I think if you get him extra winky, you can sleep him this time.
Don't forget, all attacks are with disadvantage.
That includes spells.
Yeah, that does include spells, except for like some of them don't have an attack roll. So if it doesn't have an attack roll, obviously it's not at disadvantage. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna have to fix that so that it rolls.
Should I just do it twice?
All right, so you strike the kitty cat for 10 fire damage.
My max damage for once.
Good job, Delos.
It hisses and turns its full attention towards you.
Oh shit.
Back.
You never add anything to spell damage?
Depends on the spell. For instance, Firebolt here doesn't add anything to it, but I think it's what one is it? Warlock's Eldritch Blast or something like that that does. Either way, like each spell will tell you, and I set it up correctly once I, get in there and take a look at what's going on. So is that your turn, Delos?
Yeah, sorry.
No problem.
Okay, can you guys still hear me? Because I had to move downstairs.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna move a little bit in front of Hamish, I guess, or just next to Korg, and or just take a clearer shot. That should be okay. I'm not gonna
Yeah. Oh
be
yeah, you're good.
having Korg.
Nope, you're good. Don't forget disadvantage. Oh, despite the fact that the Displacer Beast's image appears to be anywhere between 5 to 15 feet away from where it actually is, you manage to strike true with your arrow, dealing 11 piercing damage.
Nice.
It still seems focused on Delos for now. Is that your turn?
It is. Sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. It's all good. Kalen runs forward.
Thanks, Kalen.
He runs forward in front of Timbo and raises his shield, trying to protect him. Her.
Haha.
Hey.
Alright, so I've only got 6 points, but I'm move up and just do a standard attack, I guess, because we're at disadvantage.
You can also do your second wind as a bonus action.
Oh yeah,
Well,
do that.
if I can do that, I'm gonna do that. So how do I roll?
Your second wind
Second
is,
wind.
yep, right on your token. You just click on your token, and then it'll say second wind. Oh, come on. Really?
What did I get? 1?
You get, yeah, you rolled a 1, so you get 2 back.
Yay. Alright, I'm gonna smash this fucker. Disadvantage.
Particularly half of this.
Oh, so you roll a 1, and you miss. You swing right at the displacer beast, your sword going through its head, but it was just its illusionary reflected image of itself.
Lovely.
And boozled again.
And then is that your turn?
Lovely.
Is that your turn, Korg?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was adjusting my headphone.
We'll get
Okay.
there eventually.
We did.
He's going to try to shoot at the beast with a crossbow.
Does he have spiritual weapon in his spellbook?
I will check. I think he's already cast 2 spells though. Can he cast any more?
I'm not sure, but if he has spiritual weapon, might want to cast that in front of the displacer beast.
Okay, I'll look. Nope.
All right, well, no spiritual weapon then. So yeah, is that your turn?
Yeah, looks like he hit.
He did. He did in fact hit, and it did 6 points of damage. You shot at its illusion, but in such a low trajectory, it went right through the illusion and hit him instead anyway.
Got that going for us.
That's how it's done.
So, like I said, getting burned kind of really angered me for a second there. So, I'm going to leap forward and attack Delos with my tentacle.
No.
Now does Korg get to attack you?
Nope, because I didn't move out of his threatened range.
Ah.
Sorry, did you say tentacle or testicle?
I said tentacle, but I think you've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. So I think the 17 does hit Delos.
Yeah.
And then that's 6 points of damage. So click on your token, the red circle, -6, enter. And you take a big blow as the displacer beast's spiky tentacle smacks you on your behind.
In the butt.
On the butt. All right, so now this pillar is really the only thing in your way to getting a good clear shot at him.
I see. Okay. Oh,
But if you roll an acrobatics check, you can leap nimbly forward off of all of these walls up onto the pillar.
yeah. Yeah. I'll run across the ground and then jump up on that pillar if I can.
Okay?
Right.
So go ahead and roll acrobatics or athletics. Yep, there you go. Easily. You leap nimbly off of each stone, getting all the way up to the top of the pillar with your last jump. And now you are poised, ready to go. But, oh, you have a hand crossbow? Yeah, so you're good. Yep.
Can I shoot? Yeah.
Yeah. Finally. Don't forget it's still disadvantage, though.
Mm.
I will use a luck point there if I can.
Go right ahead. Oh, no way. All right. So now you just need to roll an extra D4 for the damage. Because that actually is a crit now.
Nice.
So you get 6 plus 2 plus... Oh, no, just 1d4. So the 2. 6 plus 2 is 10.
Oh, I see what you did there. Good.
Yeah, that was a good hit. So you leap up onto the top and aiming down, your arrow, your crossbow bolt, at first seems to be going too wide to the left, but somehow manages to perfectly strike the displacer beast right in its dang eye. It can't concentrate for a second as the pain is too much and its illusion is worn off for the rest of this round until the end of its next turn. You guys don't have disadvantage on any attacks until the end of its next turn.
All right.
Nice.
Good.
So I would have to disengage if I want to get away from him.
Yeah, you still have to disengage if you want to get away. But he's technically within melee range, so if you try to cast a spell without disengaging anyway, then I get an attack of opportunity anyway. So it's kind of the same thing. You know, if you stay and cast a spell, I get an attack of opportunity, and if you move away, I get an attack of opportunity. But if you disengage and then move away, then I don't. But you also don't get to cast a spell then.
Okay, so any spell. If I wanted to cast Mage Armor, you could get an attack of opportunity.
Is that a bonus action? I rule that any spells that are a bonus action don't take long enough for you to get an attack of opportunity against. But if it takes at least one standard action, like I can see you waving your hands and I can quick try to attack you while you're distracted.
Yeah, it looks like a standard action.
Yeah, if it's a
Okay.
standard action, then I would, yeah.
Run away.
I'm going to try to attack him. Just a melee attack.
Okay.
Hey, Barry.
Hamish has joined the group.
Nice.
Stop.
Who's killing who?
Looks like I'm killing you guys.
What are we fighting? A displacer beast? Oh my gosh. Oh, good. I'm down to 3 hit points.
You're welcome.
And there was some hentai action in there.
Oh.
If it wasn't for a dodge, you'd be dead.
Yeah. Have I cast any spells?
You still don't have
No.
your spell.
All right, so can I use 2 daggers? Is that a normal thing?
Yeah. The second
Okay,
attack
that's what I'm gonna do.
doesn't get your stat bonus to the damage, but yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
So your first dagger plunges into the displacer beast's surprisingly smooth hide, and using the grip, you plunge into it with your second dagger, and in total you deal 11 damage.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
awesome. Max damage for daggers.
Yeah. And then is that your turn?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to move a little bit around Kalen because he's an idiot.
I thought you guys liked him.
So I can just shoot without disadvantage, correct?
Actually, you're going to need to step back just a little. With Kalen interposed between you, he doesn't actually quite have range reach on you to be able to use his tentacles to give you disadvantage on making a ranged attack. But if you're going to step out from behind Kalen right there, he would be close enough to you to where you would have disadvantage on a ranged attack. But now you're outside of his tentacles, so.
Oh, can I shift, or am I locked in place if I'm in melee? Like, can I move over?
Yeah, you can move as
Like
long
a
as you don't
foot or
move
two?
as long as you don't move out of his threatened range.
Okay. Good to know.
If you move out of his threatened range, then he gets an attack of opportunity against you.
Oh my god, why am I rolling so bad?
All right, so you shoot Delos in the back of the head and he dies. No, I'm kidding. You aim once again at the displacer beast and you try to adjust for, where he should be, but oh, yeah, no, he doesn't have his. You just straight up missed. You're just a terrible elf.
I hear that a lot.
I'm sorry, there's just no nice way of putting that. You have brought shame to your elven ancestors. Oh, gee, gosh, you guys, why'd you leave me right on the front line with this thing? That isn't cool. I'm going to take the dodge action. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. No. Darn it. You idiots are going to get us all killed.
Who's up next?
Cord. All right. No disadvantage.
Korg has advantage because he's flanking him with Hamish.
Okay, then I'm gonna do my -5 plus 10. Hey, then what? Kalen has got to end his turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeez.
Was it my turn?
It's Korg's
Oh.
turn.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, Korg is going to do the whole -5 +5 with advantage. I don't have a macro.
No, you just roll your great sword attack. And then, yeah. Oh, my goodness. So it's still a crit, but it's only a 21 instead of a 26. And then it deals 25 slashing damage plus an additional 9 damage, so 34 damage total.
There you go.
My
Back in.
God.
And
Nice.
I get one more attack when I crit somebody. By the way.
So you
According
Oh,
to
wow.
you slice down into the displacer beast, breaking its spinal cord and nearly severing its head.
If he's not dead, I get another melee attack.
Well, he's not dead, but he's dying. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and do that. Let's see here. Yeah, this is my free melee attack. Still at advantage.
Yep. So you hit again for another 10 damage, cleaving the rest of its neck off as its head rolls slightly down the hill towards the water but comes to a rest.
Can we eat him?
That one counts as my kill.
Exactly.
Now, can this beast come back to life? Can I roll a test to see if I would know that?
Are you gonna like try to heal it or something?
He's
No, I just
he's
want to
trying
make
to
sure it's not gonna like get up from the dead and attack us anymore.
like regenerate or something.
Yeah, you can roll
Yeah.
knowledge nature to see what you know about displacer beasts. You know that displacer beasts displace themselves and that they're beasts.
I'd share that with the group.
Failed that roll. So, just someone quickly catch me up. Did we go on another adventure for some reason, or are we just wandering back home and we got jumped by the displacer beast?
You are correct, sir.
Second part?
Yeah.
We haven't made it back to town yet.
No.
Are we very far?
I don't know.
How many hit points
No.
you got left, Delos?
Someone to check the chest.
2.
2. Okay. Do I have any spells left? Spell sections left?
I
No,
don't
they
think
just
so. You only
they
have
just
2.
they just took a short rest.
So I haven't used. So okay. So I say because I did the guiding bolt twice in the swamp cave. I don't have any spells left, right?
Correct.
So I can at least bind our wounds, everybody's wounds, as a clerical healer kind of guy.
Yes.
And I'll do that for Delos and Korg, even though Korg might not want me touching him.
What is that? What is that, a skill?
It's I can bind wounds. I got a little binding wound kit somewhere.
He's splashing a little bit of cleaning ointment and putting little band-aids with little hearts on them on your wounds.
That's right.
If we do a full rest, do we get all our hit points back anyways?
Yes.
Far from town, are we?
Define
Very
far.
well.
What does binding do, Barry?
Binding the spell?
Or your action that you just took on us? Does that give us like a hit point or 2?
It's just more of a.
It puts a heart band-aid on your boo-boo.
That's about it, but it's still just it's a clerical thing to do.
It's a show of his dwarven affection for you.
Not a fan.
I don't think displacer beasts.
Hamish looks at you and says, "Shh, just let it happen."
Don't knock it till you try.
Timbo wants to try and do this ammunition recover finally.
Yeah. Give it. How many did you shoot? One?
3 in total.
3 in total. Okay, so yeah. So you go to the ammunition recovery and you type in 3.
Okay, I click on ammunition recovery, but then it tells me you attempted to use a roll command looking for the value of a selected token, but no tokens are selected.
Huh. Oh, yeah, you have to click on your token first. Just click on Timbo. And then... Oh, look at that. See?
Excellent. Sorry about that.
No problem.
And I'm going to try and skin it, I guess.
Got to get some good magic user, whoever, get some good stuff from this thing to sell in town.
Yeah, can we search it and see if it has anything other than skinning?
Yeah, I mean, you can cut it open and look at its stomach, but it's a displacer beast. It doesn't have a backpack or nothing.
Damn it.
Those tentacles might be worth something in the the market for. I don't know, just a thought.
Perv market.
Yeah.
Kalen picks one up and says, "Look at me, guys! I'm a displacer beast," and he starts like whipping the tentacle around.
I back up.
All right. Let's say we get to town and heal up.
Well, should we try and rest up here in this building just south of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to be
It's
clear,
almost night.
if you
Yeah.
guys are serious about
Oh, is it?
wanting to skin the displacer beast, it's going to be a while to get it skinned.
No.
And we have to bring that chest across the bridge, too.
Oh yeah, the chest. Gee, you guys better go get that quick.
Okay, so
Alright,
should
so I'm-
Timbo and Korg go get it, seeing as we did well last time?
Yeah, you guys should
Yeah.
go get that chest.
We gone.
I'll wait here. I don't want my band-aid to fall off.
Timbo's just waiting for Korg. He's got the handle already. All right, so you guys pick up the chest and walk across. And now is the moment of truth.
Dun dun dun.
So we keep walking.
Ah. So you guys walk across the bridge, and right as Timbo steps over this square, the stone gives out from under him. Timbo, make a dexterity save.
Da, 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 da.
Was that the Price is Right tune
Yeah.
you just sung there?
Yeah.
With us?
Da, 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 da.
Exactly.
You guys hear me now? I think I lost you.
Yep.
Again.
There you go.
Timbo,
sorry.
roll a dexterity save.
Waiting for you to fall in the river.
Onto the river. I'm in the water.
All right. So, Timbo, you quickly jump as the stone below you gives way, and although you drop your end of the chest, you don't fall into the river, and you guys are able to pick it up and carry on.
Nice. So we make it across?
Yep.
Ta-da! And there was my treasure.
All right. So now you guys are all across the bridge, and the money is across the bridge.
Good thing we got
Do
that
it.
money across.
What did we do with the body and the suit of armor and all that stuff? Did we leave it? Or we bury him somewhere? What did we do?
Yeah, you had to bury him. The suit of armor got put in the loot backpack, which I'm assuming Hamish must be carrying since Timbo and Korg are carrying the treasure chest full of coins and other assorted valuables. And the sword Kalen has strapped to his back, but it's too big for him to use.
Do you want to take a rest in this stone square down here south of us that was suggested?
Oh, gee, guys, I thought we agreed that I'd give you the extra 10% if you went ahead and got me that treasure chest back safely, like, right away, so we should probably get moving, huh?
The deal was we weren't going to sleep in the cave. We're out of the cave.
That wasn't the deal. You can't lie to me.
I'm not lying. That was the deal. We all heard it.
The deal was that we would get the money back as soon as possible for an extra 10%.
Yeah, that's not happening without one of us dying.
I
vote
can
long
live I
rest.
can live with that.
Ooh. Well, we can't. We want to live.
How long would skinning that beast take, and would we be able to do that if we did a long rest?
Well, Timbo only needs to meditate for 4 hours, so I've got the time, and I can take the first 2 shifts then, so I could probably do it during 4 hours, I think. Or, I don't know, what's the DM says?
I mean, it's not like you guys have really skinned something like this before. But Timbo would definitely be the closest to having experience skinning like other animals like deer and everything. So although you might not know exactly how to skin a displacer beast, like you'd at least have an idea of where to begin better than somebody who's never skinned anything before. Unfortunately, displacer beast skin secretes a oily substance that blends into the fur and makes it very slippery, almost not slimy per se, but like greasy to the touch, to where it is very difficult to get a firm grip, and your knife slips and builds up with residue from cutting into it. So it makes it very, very difficult to properly skin it. And so, although it's only going to take you roughly 4 to possibly 8 hours, depending on how badly you roll, also your roll is going to determine how much you end up butchering it.
Say we leave.
Right.
If we're going to stay here and rest a bit, we probably ought to throw it in the river so we don't attract any carrion people.
I'm fine with resting.
Gee,
and
guys,
then trying.
I thought we already covered this. We're not resting. We're getting this back safely tonight.
Hey, Dodge Boy, we're resting.
It is time to pick up the thing and go.
Caitlin, I'm gonna create a song with my 2 hours of minimal rest about you dodging the whole time.
You can write a song about me kissing your ass. I don't give a crap. Get the fucking treasure chest and let's go.
I'll do that follow-up song.
Are you expecting other visitors? Is that why you're so concerned about this? I mean, you had the other guys.
Well, we already found the ones. I mean, do I need to teach you how to be adventurers?
Man, your tongue is going to get you in some trouble.
I think he does need to take a swim.
You should have heard him before you got here.
Working our nerves.
You're like, wait, is this kid talking smack?
All right, does anyone want to move on, or does everyone want to take a long rest?
I don't care what you guys want to do. Pick the treasure chest up and let's go.
Well,
Besides him.
Do you want your
I
extra
vote for
10% or
long
not?
rest.
Listen, I'll just take the treasure chest by myself and you guys can stay here.
I told him, Yaddle.
He can take his 50%.
And start walking. How far is it to town?
It's still like about a half a mile. So, you guys got a good ways to walk yet, but not like so far. Actually, it's probably closer to 2 miles now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, because you can
still, that's not
probably
very.
you can probably
not
walk
very far.
you can probably walk the 2 miles in like 30 minutes or so. So yeah.
I'm fine with that.
So yeah, you're about half an hour outside of town, and Kalen is like, okay, gee guys, you really called my bluff there. I gotta tell you, there's only so much of this treasure that I need. I will give you 75% of the treasure if we can go right now.
You need to tell us why you're in such a hurry to get back.
I just want to get my share of the treasure home and safe.
No.
Come clean, bud. You're not all
Tell
who
us
you
why.
need to be.
Tell us why.
I only really need one part of this treasure because it was part of my family's heirloom, and that's why my father had the map and was so intent on finding it.
I'm not trusting anything you say anymore.
What? I'm telling you, I want my family's heirloom. My father died trying to get it. I tricked you rubes into helping me, and now I want to get it home before. I mean, no, it's just it's an important
Before what?
it's an important family heirloom, and I just want to get it home safe.
The heirloom. The heirloom, the sword?
Finish what you were
No,
gonna say. Before what?
before it gets dark. Look at how dark it's getting.
I think we ought to sit down and just wait to see what happens so we can understand what you're so worried about.
I'll
Can't
just
be.
long-
He hasn't been
I'll
out.
just
rest.
I'll just take my half of the treasure and go. It's fine.
You can't carry it.
Okay, fine. Then I'll just take what I can carry and go.
So you can stab us in the back in about 2 hours?
I think you guys are trying to stab me in the back.
If
I
that
have
was the
no
case,
reason to think that.
you'd be in the river right now.
Stab you in the front.
You guys said that you'd help me get this home for an extra 10%, and now you're trying to renege on our contract.
Okay, we're gonna long rest.
All right, I'm gonna grab my treasure and leave.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We'll tie you up before that happens.
What? Now you guys
For you.
are kidnapping a teenage boy? I told you guys we were the sketchy ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna gag this kid. Some of my dirty.
You're like, and that's enough of that NPC chitter chatter. We're gonna press X to skip the rest of that. Sorry, he's just, trying to ingratiate himself to you guys, and you're being really mean to him.
Yeah, he hasn't said a
What do you
kind
think?
but he ridiculed every one of us on every occasion he's had a chance to. But yeah, we'll gag him.
Yeah, and Timbo's notching an arrow just in case.
Well, Kalen is in no position to fight against you guys, so if you do in fact do anything, he's helpless to stop you.
Yeah, we do. If someone stops me, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, tie him and gag him. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. With my dirty laundry down his mouth.
On the bridge there, Cord.
Oh gosh, gee, you guys, what are you doing? Oh man, what are you? Get your fucking hands!
That's good. It's in silence.
Come over here into the little stone area and take a chill pill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Timbo, I guess, will take the first 2 watches, like we were talking before.
I can just picture Abilius waiting until he was gagged and being like, "Now that's the smartest thing you've said all day."
Exactly.
I'm gonna hold myself in the doorway so I can sort of be protected, but still get a good view of the road.
So where are you guys putting Kalen? I assume one of you's dragging him.
He can be over by one of these corners by the latrine we make.
Yeah, that's a great spot. Right by wherever we're gonna piss.
Or got to sit on the chest.
Oh, should we drag that body a bit away, like just so that it's not attracting us to this side of
The river got a current. The river got a current to it.
Hey, Ranger,
Yeah.
will that fresh kill attract some more animals and stuff? Should we bury it, or what do you do with that kind of shit?
He's skinning it, right? You're gonna try?
Well, I think Belia said that the head's enough, so that wouldn't take too long.
Yeah,
Seeing
yeah,
as
it's
Korg
just,
went
just
halfway through
for
already.
resume kind of a deal,
So I guess Abelius wears the head, and then I'll just drag the rest of the body into the river.
All right. Well, the rest of the body is actually like several hundred pounds of muscled displacer beast. So, you're gonna need to
Korg.
roll a strength check, especially with its slippery, greasy fur.
Oh, instead of, like, you want to dump it in the river? Is that what we're gonna do?
Mine, I don't mind. I just wanted it further away from us on the road. Like even if it's on the other side of the road, it's fine with me. Just so that
Oh,
whatever gets attracted gets.
Being a nature guy, hunter type, can't you just bury that stuff to kill the scent or what?
Yeah, sure. You dig the hole. I'll help you fill it back in.
I really don't want to get my nice clothes dirty, but I was just asking.
Nah, I'll throw him in the river.
We can drag it too, so it's not that heavy, or not as difficult, I would think, right?
Can Korg do that without any issues?
Yeah, probably. I mean, you'd still need to roll a strength check, but you have a much better chance of. Plus, you're so big that you probably would have not advantage, but like an easier time. So like the difficulty class might be lower for you, or you might be getting a bonus. Either which way you want to look at it.
You can double up on it.
Yeah, we'll double up. Timbo will help him.
I'd already rolled it.
Can I give him advantage?
Yeah, so now Timbo, you can roll with advantage since Korg basically rolled to help you.
Korg, are you half orc or something?
No.
He's part platypus.
Just big.
So yeah, you guys drag the displacer beast into the river, and its oily skin seems to leave an iridescent oil on the surface of the water that reflects off of the setting sun in a myriad of yellows, oranges, reds, and just a slight purple at the very end.
Texas tea.
All right.
Lovely.
I'm gonna do some whatever clerics do to meditate, to rest.
Okay, so clerics are going to pray to their main god, and if they have like a pantheon of gods, then they'll like do the thing where like you kind of mention each of the different gods, and you'd like, and may Arathis bless us with good harvests, and may Palor bless us with radiant sunshine, and may Moradin bless our forge and watch over us and protect us as always, and may he smash his hammer upon the heads of every elf, just like all of that. So that would be like your nightly ritual. And as a cleric of the Tempest, since you revere the storm, anytime there is a lightning storm, you need to go out and meditate in it for the 8 hours, like a elf meditates for the 4 hours. But when you do that during a storm, you get the benefit of a full rest just by standing out in the middle of the storm, and uh, that is the requirement to continue to be a cleric in good standing. Is like if you're a Catholic, you have to go to mass. So if you're a storm cleric, a cleric of the Tempest, you have to stand out in the middle of any lightning storm that is going on, and that's your like homage to your god.
Who will take third watch to get us through the night and let us know if we successfully make it?
I will.
Okay.
Korg.
Actually, if you're not opposed to it, I think it would be a fun character quirk that Korg really does need to pass out and sleep, and he'll always take the last watch because he's an honorable, warrior and all of that. But if you wake him up before last watch, he'll sock you right in the jaw.
That's reasonable.
And he has a teddy bear.
It's a reasonable quirk.
Yeah, I figure it might be a little fun to play, like you're still upholding your duties. It's not hurting the party at all. It just adds some flavor and personality to your character.
That'll work. Alright, so I got last watch.
Yeah, like at this point, Korg doesn't even need to say it. Like, it's like instinct with Anthony Hopkins. Who's got my ace?
He's snoring already.
Yeah. Like once he eats and bedrolls are out, it's lights out for Korg.
And he's got his teddy bear out too.
Yeah, I kind of like the thought that you have a little teddy bear that you and the teddy bear both put little sleep eyes on, little masks to block out the light. So you and the teddy bear are sitting there with matching eye masks on.
That's reasonable. Korg sleepy.
Talos is going to shake his head, drink half a flask of wine, and go to sleep.
Yeah, I'll take a look at this. I'm sitting here, take a look at the stonework and see if I pick up any interesting
And
facts.
I wouldn't mind searching this stuff, see if there's anything of interest.
Yeah, go right ahead. So, Hamish, you can go ahead and roll for perception to see what you can notice about this, and whoever wants to search around this place. Yeah, so Hamish, you can tell, even with rolling the 1, you can tell that this is the same era of stonework as the bridge was built in, but since this was a makeshift barracks, it's not built as strong as the bridge, and so you cannot tell much else about this other than that it was from basically the same time as the bridge was built, so it's probably the humans once again built this and it's just in such disrepair, that it's hard to notice anything. Bilius, you do in fact notice one thing. You notice that the plant growing in here is secreting a sweet smelling like cloud of pores, spores.
Let me just move over here.
As
Are you gonna share that with the group or just like?
Yeah,
keep
there's
that to
something
yourself?
up. There's something up with this big plant dominating this room that I was gonna put my hammock in. Who knows something about nature? Timbo, do you know something about this plant?
I can check
guess-
too.
Yeah, what would I roll for that?
you would roll a knowledge nature. I believe that's still a skill.
It is.
Yeah. All right. So, Timbo, knowing something about exotic plants being from Shaith Kalora, you recognize instantly that this is the sweet death. It is a plant that smells delicious and sweet, and people get too close to it, and then it wraps its tendrils around you, and you breathe in the spores until they grow inside of you into another offshoot of the plant. This one is old and has not eaten recently, and so it's weak and unable to attack you guys, but its spores still activated when Abilius got close.
Damn it.
Time to get on the good foot.
Uh-oh. Are you gonna be in trouble now? Does he need to roll like a healing? Can we heal?
No, it works more like carbon monoxide poisoning, to where like you need to get a lot of spores in you to actually kill you, and they can't grow in you until you die. But like, it's not great. Like, he definitely can feel it, scratching his throat already.
Ugh.
Do we need to be? How far away do we need to be from this plant?
Well, it only really activated when Abilius got right up on it and like touched it, and then some of the spores shook loose. So yeah, I mean, just stay right in the room with the killer plant.
Maybe
Perilous.
You guys should take a cutting and bring it back home.
Yeah, I guess we better use a plan.
About ready to head on back to the
The
tavern.
plant with Kalen.
Throw him in the bush.
Well, maybe it's time that we go ahead and head back to town.
Let's do it.
Are we taking? We do take a long rest?
No, you guys did not take a long rest. This was while you were still inspecting the place.
Yeah, let's take that rest.
Right here in the killer plant room?
Oh, is it within range? Like, are we in danger in this room?
Oh, I mean, what kind of
Same color
answer
pants,
would you like me to give to that?
Oh shit. Let's see.
It looks like the same plants are on the outside of this whole thing. They're all over this place, so we need to probably maybe move down a little bit and see what we find. See if there's maybe not these kind of plants, and then maybe a better place to stop.
This plant may look like the other plants around here, but it is vastly different. Just like a mock monarch, like it looks like the other plants, but it is not the other plants.
What if we just like go like kind of by the river?
Yeah,
Or by the other
sleep by the
stones to
river.
north.
I'm okay with it.
Out of there. Let's get away from the river. It's only it's only a 30-minute walk.
He said it was more like 2 miles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about
Yeah, it's a death
about
march.
30 minutes. Yeah.
But then we're gonna have to listen to Kalis
It's
tell
30
us that he
minutes?
told us.
Okay, I might have misunderstood. I thought we were looking at half a day.
No.
30 minutes.
30,
Oh, fuck.
30
Yeah,
minutes.
let's just. All right.
How about we go back to the town?
All right. Let's. I'll pop the gag out of Dylan's mouth.
Are you guys fucking
It's a squeak.
kidding me?
Put it
I can
back
go.
in. We'll take it out in a minute, but you're gonna be respectful to us.
Let's at least do a short rest.
To heal wounds and stuff. Yeah, that's on point.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more stones to the north. What if we headed to the north side there?
Are the same plants over there?
Yeah, I'm okay up there.
Why don't we go inspect the gate? I like that word.
Can I have
Investigation.
Timbo go up and take a look, do a quick perception check?
Yeah.
Don't forget to check out the plants.
Abelius would like to do the same. I'd like to. If Timbo, did you already check Timbo? Maybe I'll just assist you.
I'm just doing it right.
Give you advantage.
Oh, so did I do it with advantage then? How do we?
Hold on.
Okay, yeah, so you weren't
no, I
you weren't able to help him, so now you just roll normally. All right. So, Timbo, as you're looking around in there, you see that this building was completely demolished. And so now there is just rubble and flat stone where the building once stood.
And there's nothing. Okay, so I don't obviously with the and not perceiving anything else. No animals. No
Yeah,
trees. No.
nothing really. Everything else had run away from the displacer beast and then the noise from your battle.
Let's take our short rest and then we'll go to town.
Corey gonna help me pull the crate over as well. Do we need to roll for that?
Help.
We were carrying it before.
Yeah, you guys can just carry it,
We need to get.
Korg, obviously you do not have your hit dice to heal anymore, and you used your second wind.
Yeah.
But you will get your second wind back after the short rest.
Oh, nice.
We need to get the kid over there.
Mm-hmm.
Did we tie his feet?
Down.
Yeah. Everything.
Or can you grab him? Or can I grab
I've got
him?
the chest.
Can I grab him? With my 15 strength? Throw him on my shoulder and carry him over there?
Yeah.
I'll do that. We're going to teach you some respect, laddie. So how long's a short rest? 2 hours? Cat, how long's a short rest?
Like an hour.
Do we need to ungag? What's his name? So the DM can talk again.
Oh no, I can talk. I'm the DM. I can do whatever I want.
Oh, we're not on gagging, Kalen.
Then he continues to mumble at you.
We can knock him out. That's an option.
Yeah, it's just if we're going back to town, let's just ungag him and let's roll.
Thought we were taking a short rest. I'm in favor
Yeah.
of going back down. What are we doing?
Short
Taking a
rest here. Yeah, we need to try to get something back at least.
What is it? What do we get back in a short rest? I don't know.
He gets his second win back so he can recover, and you guys get to spend hit dice. So Hamish, you would get to roll spend hit dice. Delos, you would get to roll spend hit dice. And Korg would get to roll second wind after you complete the short rest.
So don't hit it now. We wait.
Okay.
No, you guys can hit it now. You're gonna get your short rest in.
Okay. So I got 3.
Yeah, so you click on your token, and in the red circle you type +3 enter. And Delos, you got 4. So you guys have the same amount of hit points, but it just kind of looks different on the two of you. And then Korg, you can go ahead and roll for second wind to try and get back the 5 hit points that you lost.
You want to do that now or in combat? I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
So-
really matter, but you're probably better off doing it now just because what if something hits you for 9? Then you can't do it, you know?
All right, I rolled it.
Yep. So go ahead and add 4.
So I'm not having trouble doing. Oh, there it is. Right mouse. Click on that. Oh, I see. So
And I'm gonna recover my spell, which I can do on a short rest.
Yep, so you get 1 spell slot back.
Okay, so I get 1.
Very good.
Hamish, you do not. Just the wizard does.
So we ready to walk now?
Yeah, if we're done our short rest, yep, we can untie the kid. I'll even ungag him if he doesn't mouth off.
Let's warn him. You know, control your tongue, or we're going to gag you back. We're going to get you back safe. You're going to get the treasure we talked about.
Yeah, you guys are only getting 50% now. Oh, come on. Let me hear how that doesn't work for you.
I guess we could just take 100% of it,
Yeah.
and then no one sees Kalen again.
And then no one ever hears from Kalen again. I like
I'm
how
writing the calculations.
you could just say that right in front of him.
Probably easier to skin than Displacer Beast.
My screen is
Okay,
black.
guys.
Everybody's screen black?
I did the math in my head, and it adds up. We could do that.
All right. Should we convene somewhere to div up the trash or the treasure?
Well,
We're not back yet.
Yeah, we gotta get home first.
Well, it looks like we're home.
We're about to get like waylaid by his boys, probably.
It'll be a dragon.
I think it's you guys who are setting the trap.
You know, if that was the case, you'd be dead already.
You'd be dead
We've
already.
kept you alive and taken care of you.
Yeah.
We killed the beasts. You got your father's sword. Found out your father's, legacy.
You guys did do a really great job against that gargoyle. Gee willikers, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Be a little more grateful.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I just, whenever my life is in danger, I get a little antsy.
It's your raging hormones.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what happens when I have to put some books on my lap.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, so we need to cross the bridge to get into town?
Yeah, have you not been here before? This is the town of Waterran, and this is the Waterran main bridge that leads into the first part of town where all the poor people live.
Check the bridge for trolls.
Let's go.
Hey, where are you going with my money?
We're going into town.
With the treasure chest just like out in the open like this? Maybe we
Leave
should
one of your homes?
maybe we should bury it in the woods and come back for it later.
Oh, yeah, great idea. If we bury the treasure in the woods, you're going to be buried next to it.
What? Oh, as opposed to walking through town with a treasure chest? Are you sure you wouldn't rather take it out and put it in bags with a big money sign on the side?
Who's got the
That might
gang?
work.
Where'd that kid go?
We should have covered it in that Displacer Beast skin.
There's no other townsfolk around, right? There's no other townsfolk DM that we can see, Chad?
Oh yeah, no, it's almost sunset, so most of them have gone inside, but there are definitely some townsfolk. In fact, on the other side of the bridge, you see
My screen isn't reloading.
a gourd.
A guard. Oh.
And where are we headed exactly?
Let me just go on the backside of these houses over here and divvy up the money and wish Kalen well, and then we could move on into town. Rest in the tavern.
My screen
Roll.
still hasn't loaded.
Really?
Yeah.
The rest of you are
You try
fine though, right?
refreshing? Yeah.
Let's see
I'm
if-
trying. I'm
Looks like the
spinning.
bottom. We're at the bottom of the screen, is what I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
I'm still getting a loading screen.
I'm still getting a loading screen.
This is Timbo, by the way.
If you guys are still getting a loading screen, you might want to try refreshing.
I keep doing that.
Well, don't keep doing it. Just do it once.
Yeah. Okay.
So we slip over here behind the house, divvy up the treasure, so we're not dragging in a chest to cause too much attention to ourselves, and we can all just carry it in whatever bags and stuff that we have. Because that's, even, I can't remember how many gold pieces we said. Even what did I write down?
It is.
How much
It is
treasure?
just bristling with, all kinds of booty.
Where's the booty? We said 500 gold pieces worth of stuff, but 500, that's like quarters. I mean, how big of a bag would we need to put 500 quarters in? Right? Or $50 pieces. It's not.
Well, it's also like little pieces of art and jewelry and
Yeah, it was a whole
Houses.
treasure chest full of stuff, so.
So is there no carrying it on our bodies and then separating it that way, or are we stuck carrying the chest? That's the question for the.
I think we determined we were stuck carrying it. Like if we started carrying it individually, we'd be worse off.
Is that okay?
I'm still
Unless
not
we
getting
wanted to
map.
like take some of it at a time.
Is it dark now? Is that why it's all sunsetty?
Yes.
Where would we take it?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Timbo still is. I completely shut down Chrome and it's still doing loading.
Yeah, me too.
Try another browser. Try Firefox.
If you're
So
using
what are these
Chrome, it
houses?
should be fine, but
Is this someone's house right here, or is this kind of an empty house right here?
these are guard houses. This is where the gate guard, the bridge guard lives. It's kind of like a fireman's house, to where like they live there and eat there and sleep there and all that.
All right. So they're all kind of like that.
No, just these two right up front.
Well, we can't really go crashing in there, so do it the chest of treasure. Come in the town.
I relaunched. I totally relaunched mine. I had to totally relaunch Roll20.
Are you back?
No, it's trying to load again. So what do you ask Kalen? So what do you think we should do, Kalen? How would you plan on bringing your treasure back to town?
Did we lose the DM?
Kalen says that I thought that we would just bury it outside of town quick.
Nope. We're not burying any treasure because those things have a way of disappearing. Because we bury treasure, then we're tying you up and bringing you with us. And we still have to get the money out of there and back into town somehow. So
What would we do with it when we got it into town?
We need to exchange it for something that we can actually carry, gems or something.
Well, we should probably divide it up first. And Timbo and Abilius, you both roll for perception or sleight of hand.
Okay, yeah, I'll do sleight of hand.
Okay, I just did it.
All right.
Abilius, you fail to notice. Timbo, you see that as Kellen is going in to start to pull things out to start, divvying them up and who gets what, you see that he specifically reaches into the back of the chest and slides open a secret compartment and quickly pockets whatever was in there.
Little fuck.
Okay, well, I tell the others and stop him.
He says, "Whoa, whoa, what are you talking about?" And now, Hamish, as you're standing watch over there, I want you to roll for perception.
normal.
All right, Hamish, you fail to notice as the guard suddenly plummets into the water and he is floating down the river now, and you didn't really notice that, but coming up behind you is now
Red dragon.
A woman dressed in the leathers of a adventurer, and she is walking straight up to you as blood drips off of her short sword. And that is where we end for tonight. You guys are going to pick up